Hi everyone, my name is AJ from 8 Ounce, and today we're going to be doing a product overview of the brand new Morning Machine Brewer. Maybe you're like myself and you've desired an espresso setup for a while, but the overall cost to be able to achieve the quality that you're wanting isn't really in the budget right now. Or maybe you really enjoy great espresso and you're wanting to have it at home, but also you have the hurdle of maybe not knowing what variables you need to change or having the knowledge of like dose, grind, output, all these different variables which can change from coffee to coffee, and you want to have a little bit more ease of use at home. That is the gap that capsule brewers have been trying to fill for the last couple years, and in my opinion hasn't filled it to the desire that I was at least wanting. They sometimes have poor aesthetics in terms of their design, they aren't functional in terms of how to use it from day to day. Their quality output might be low. The control for being able to adjust a recipe or having multiple recipes on hand isn't really an option for a lot of different brewers until the Morning Machine. This is an absolute game changer, and without further ado, let's dive in. The Morning Machine was created and founded in 2018 by two specialty coffee aficionados by the name of Leon Fu and Andre Shanko. I'm sorry if I mispronounced either one of your names, or probably both. I probably did both. They looked at the specialty market just like how I previously mentioned. They saw low quality outputs, poor design, poor aesthetics, and there wasn't really a brewer on the market that could actually brew really great quality coffees that were already being made. Like you can see here from Colonna, 49th Parallel, or even 94 Celsius over in Montreal. All these coffees are really great quality, but there wasn't anything on the market, which is why they created the Morning Machine. First of all, it has a large catalog of preloaded recipes directly from Morning, from different shot profiles for both light and dark roasted coffee. And if you're wanting a longer output comparatively to a shorter output, there is a Kyoto slow drip option, which decreases the temperature and pressure dramatically, and over roughly a 10-minute span brews an extremely great iced coffee. I highly recommend it. Or you can go with the Bloom and Brew recipe, which is their cornerstone recipe and is extremely good, especially if you're wanting to add it on top of milk and ice to make yourself a nice iced latte at home. And you can also download recipes directly from the roasters. This is an aspect that I absolutely love because roasters like Colonna, they can upload the recipe directly from wherever they are. So for Colonna being in the UK, they can make a recipe for every single capsule that they make and put it onto the cloud of Morning. That means that you can then go onto the app, download whatever recipe you're looking for whichever capsule you have, and you can either download it to your phone, which has an infinite amount of storage for recipes, or you can download it directly to your machine, which can hold 10 recipes at a time, which is really great because especially for a capsule like this, which is a naturally processed geisha, I would always be really nervous about doing the first brews because what happens if it's a bad shot or I need a few capsules to be able to get it right? You only have 10 or 12 capsules depending on which brand you buy, which is really nice, so then you can help minimize the guesswork and have really great coffee from the very first capsule. Each of these recipes can also be manipulated. That means whether it's a Morning recipe or it's a Colonna recipe that you downloaded from their cloud, you can manipulate 3 different stages worth of pressure if you selected the Bloom option, which you can select and unselect as well for every recipe. You can adjust how long it is going to operate within each pressure point and how much pressure you are going to be putting on your coffee throughout the cup. So you can have a really high pressure output and then drop it right down at the end to have a nice stronger coffee. Or if you're wanting something a bit softer, you can do maybe only a third of your higher pressure to begin with and then drop the pressure down at the end. And you can also adjust the temperature for all these different recipes within 1 degree Celsius, which is really a great option as well to be able to manipulate and change your coffee however you're looking to change it. And all of these recipes, whenever you find one and you've adjusted it and you made it perfect, you can save as many as you want directly onto the app from the cloud, or you can save 10 recipes, whatever you want, whether they're the Morning, a download recipe, or your own recipe directly to the machine, so then you don't necessarily have to access the app every single time when you're wanting to have that specialized brew that you made yourself. In terms of connectivity, instead of being Bluetooth based, the morning machine operates off of a Wi-Fi capacity, which means that you can connect to your morning machine wherever you are. So if I was really wanting to scare my wife at home, I could turn on the morning machine multiple kilometers away from here and tell it to start brewing automatically and make her think that there's a ghost. And also that means that whenever there's firmware or software updates, it can be automatically uploaded directly to the morning machine, depending on what changes need to be made, or a couple years down the road, if there's new recipes that morning is developing themselves, you can download it directly to here as well. Last but not least, a great option that not a lot of manufacturers really think about is the water tank, especially if you have this on your countertop in your kitchen, but then you have the cupboards over top. When you're trying to fill up the water tank, sometimes you may not have enough room. They designed this water tank to be a smart release where even if you only have a little bit of water in the tank, you can release it without spilling any water, fill up the tank to the max point or however much you're looking to fill it to, and then reattach it back onto the machine with no mess. It even has a great capsule catching point right here in the bottom, which can hold up to roughly 10 capsules, which is the majority of most capsule packs. And even has a little drip tray in the bottom to help catch any little bits of coffee. And now in terms of cost, the morning machine comes in at $575 Canadian, which is a little bit more from other capsule brewers, but like I've mentioned previously, it has so many parameters that you can change and a higher quality output that I think it is well worth the money when you compare it to any other capsule brewer on the market, but also it can fight its own fight when you compare it to other espresso makers. What I mean by that is if I gave you $575 right now to build an espresso setup for your home, where you have to buy the grinder, espresso machine, and any other parts that you need from tampers to distribution tools, whatever you need to have a higher quality output espresso at home. Can you do that with $575? You can, but it may be an all right setup, and then also you need to have the knowledge to be able to dial in coffees, and it's all on you to be able to generate those types of recipes. With the morning machine, all those recipes, like I mentioned, are able to be downloaded directly to the machine. And in terms of the quality output, it's way better than what I would be able to probably build with $575. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you're getting excited for the morning machine just like we are. It's enabled me and my wife to be able to have really great coffee at home right from the get-go, and you don't have to worry or think about the different processes and different grind sizes and everything else. This is a newer version of specialty coffee, but we believe that it is going to be around for the long term, and this machine is going to be leading the way in that category. I wasn't really a morning person, but after using this machine, I guess I am now. Until next time, happy brewing.